Let's say you have an enormous ambition. You want to reach 10,000 distinct people and convert 1,000 of them into loyal followers. Look at most people who set a target that massive, and you'll find the same pattern. They sprint out of the gate, burn through their energy, miss their arbitrary milestones, and eventually drop the objective from pure exhaustion. A concrete time limit defines the boundary between a functional plan and a fantasy. Without a specific deadline, the objective never leaves the realm of imagination. Ambitious projects collapse when the creator relies on hope and motivation rather than a resilient structural architecture. To guarantee execution, you have to abandon the strategy of trying harder and implement a systematic 12-part execution algorithm. Phase 1 forces you to define reality. You must write exactly what you want to achieve and then set a hard deadline to kill the fantasy and lock you into a timeline. Next, you must run a brutal audit of your resources. You inventory your own knowledge, skills, and energy first, followed by the time you actually have available and any external grace you can draw upon. Even with a timeline and resources, a massive global goal cannot be executed in its raw, unbroken state. To make it actionable, fracture that global ambition by dividing the task by time. Break the massive target into measurable daily or weekly outputs. Then define exact locations. Assign those tasks to specific city districts, physical territories, or target demographics. An ambitious goal becomes actionable once it has been mathematically reduced to daily metrics tied to a map and a calendar. Now we move to Phase 3. Because an individual can only carry so much weight, you have to build a team to scale the execution. You take those mapped locations and demographics we just defined and allocate specific responsibilities to each new member of your team. To lock this in, you build a detailed schedule. Every single direction and every person involved gets a day-by-day itinerary. Human systems are fragile and often break upon contact with reality. Phase 4 involves engineering the fail-safes required to prevent systemic collapse. The first fail-safe is redundant backup personnel. When a primary member falls sick, a secondary node guarantees completion. The second fail-safe acknowledges reality. People do not do what we expect, but what we inspect. Build a strict monitoring system to verify timely execution. The final fail-safe handles performance. You establish a system of rewards, like granting greater responsibility to top performers, and strict replacement protocols for those who underperform. A system is only as strong as its structural redundancies. Accountability cannot rely on blind trust. Once the work is done, you still have to process the results. You develop a method of engagement, identifying the outstanding individuals you've reached, inviting them to personal meetings, and conveying your intentions to them directly. The system is officially ready to launch only when all 12 of these pillars are fully built, from the timeline to this final engagement protocol. Contrast this with the exhaustion of raw ambition. A functioning 12-step machine runs calmly, executing the objective in perfect synchronization. Look closely at your current biggest goal. Ask yourself if you are operating a structured system or if you are simply entertaining a lingering fantasy. You can transition to engineering today. Write down your exact task, assign it a hard deadline, and click the link below for the complete 12-step checklist to build your machine.